one of the most beloved country music films of all time, began with a true legend, George Strait. Now, he joins rising star Katrina Elam as Bobbie Thomas.
Hi. Just stopped by. I wanted to wish you luck.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
You'll be fine.
In a new film from the director of Pure Country 2, The Gift.
Thank y'all very much.
First of all, it's kind of interesting that this movie took so long, and according to the press notes, it's because you needed to find the perfect female lead. Why did it take that long, and what was it about Katrina that you think captivated everybody to say this is the time to do this?
Well, there was more than just finding the perfect lead. There was, of course, you have to put all the pieces together. But the title of the film is The Gift, and so you have to have somebody who has that voice. If you don't have a singer who can blow you away with her pipes, you really should change the title. And she blew everybody away. And my father was very clear on his choice. The fact that she hadn't done a lot of acting, and it's her first role and in big picture, didn't deter him at all. He's worked with 18 different Oscar winners, so he's comfortable. He's a very good actor's director, and he could not have been more effusive about how wonderfully she did and how egoless she was as an actor, and willing to do and try anything, and if you give her a tiny little adjustment on a note or something, and he said this to me many, many times, she would just nail it and go at it without ego, which is tough to do, because we actors don't like that so much, you know? It's tough.
Right.
But she has that gift, and that's the part. You cannot make this movie with somebody who couldn't really do that.
A small town girl
I just feel like I'm meant for something bigger.
with big time dreams.
I've got something you need to listen to. No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow it'll be on the radio.
I've said this before about films that revolve around musicians. It's better to take somebody who is a musician and a singer and teach and have them act than to take an actor and try to teach them to sing, because a lot of times it's not to take away from the acting profession, but it's harder to go the other way sometimes.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. As an actor who cannot sing, it wouldn't happen at all. And I guarantee, anybody can be an actor in that sense, because if you're being real and true and doing something, you're going to get the performance, and she gives a great one in this picture.
Right, absolutely. Now, Katrina, on your side, when you heard about the project and you read the character, was there anything that you related to, or you said, this is just, I can relate to this so much?
Of course. I think anybody who's moved to Nashville from a small town and tried to make it as a country singer, has had to go through all of those hoops, and yeah, I definitely related. Right. I had the sweetest band in the world, and I had a great manager, and as soon as I started, meeting some of the big wigs, and of course, I was like, and then I'm like, whoops, you burn a lot of bridges without even realizing you're doing it when you're that young too,
But that's such a hard thing. How do you make that decision, And it's one of the things we posed to her in the picture is, are you gonna make that decision and step up to the big time, or are you gonna sit here and continue to serve sushi? And it's hard. How can you stay loyal when you're given the opportunity? It's a really tough tightrope to walk.
A choice.
We're gonna have to replace the band.
It's not fair. I wouldn't be here without them.
This is business. It isn't about being fair. Are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
that will change everything.
Yeah, now, do you have the acting bug now? Are you ready to dive into that? Are you ready to get back on stage and say, forget this whole camera business?
I don't know. I don't want to have to get an eating disorder. And right. It was really fun. I don't see how it could be a better experience than what I had working with Chris. So I don't know. I don't want to ruin my little nice image of how much fun it was.
Yeah.
You think you're going to be tainted by hanging around Hollywood?
You all right?
I think so.
Good, because you had a show to do.
I'm sorry, kid. If you can't sing, you're not worth anything here in Nashville.
I don't know what to do if I can't sing.
You could sing, child. You just have to learn to do it differently.
And there's a scene where you step out there, they're putting the light rigging up and they're setting up for the concert, and you kind of just stand out there and just like you're on the stage. Is there a high to that? Is that what draws you to the music side of what you do?
I
the
think,
crowd and performing?
Yeah, I think it's, it's such a cool feeling. And I think too, you know, I write songs, and so to see the process go from, you know, a blank sheet of paper to, you know, going into the studio and then being able to go out and perform it in front of an audience, it's awesome. It's like, oh, this is my little baby.
Warner Brothers presents Pure Country 2, The Gift.
Let's do it.
In theaters October 15th.